What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2, hashtag TTRD. How everybody doing out there? Everybody doing good? What's up, Crystal? Thank you for joining the show. All right, well, I'm glad you're here then. What's up, KSO Official? Appreciate you. Chris, I see you in the building. And shout out to my mods. What's up, Christine? What's up, Unapologetically Lee? Sunday Ocean, what's up? Yes. I definitely want to talk about that. What's up, Wendy? Queen of Spades, what's up? Exactly. Heidi, nice for you to join. I appreciate you joining, Heidi. Y'all had a very good conversation earlier. I really appreciated that. What's up, Mina? I see you. Thank you, Mina. What's up, Rosemary? Thank you for joining the show. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it as people start filing in. What's up? I'm going to speak on it. I appreciate you joining the show. All right. So before I start, I just want to go ahead and give a shout out to everybody who has donated to the show. Hold on, because you know they always say I'll be begging. Hold on. Let me make them mad. Boom! Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want to drop $1 or two in the Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, you can go ahead and do so. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about, I want to give a shout out real quick to the people that have donated to the show. Shout out to Tracy, Kimmy, Mimi, Nicole, Andrea, and $3 Wigs. Again, shout out to Tracy, Kimmy, Mimi, Nicole, Andrea, and $3 Wigs. Whether you gave $1 or $5,000, speaking it into existence, then I thank you, no matter what you get, even if it was a penny, but you can't do a penny. All right, y'all. So Kalina Collier, Bear, don't do that. Do not call her Smollett. See, I'm trying to be serious right now, I swear. Let me go ahead and bring up a picture right now. This is Kalinacollier. She is a flight attendant for JetBlue currently, as I know. She was recently vacationing in Jamaica. She was in Ocean Corals Hotel. I believe that was the name of the hotel. I'm sorry. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. She was on vacation. What ended up happening is that she tested positive for COVID. She did test positive for COVID. She stated that it was a false negative. So basically Jamaica's protocol or process whenever somebody does test positive, because you have to get tested when you get there, and then you have to get tested before you leave. When you test positive, they do make you quarantine, and they actually do waive the fees for the 14 days that you are there, or however long you have to be there until you test negative. Now, what ended up happening was that she reached out to social media to tell them what's going on. She said allegedly there were cameras in the room. Also, there was a security guard watching the room. She had her mom there with her. Also, she stated that the test was was incorrect, and we do know from research that there are false negatives out there. We do false positives out there, so we do know that could possibly be true. Now, I want to talk about the whole camera thing. Shout out to Unapologetically Lee, because she actually had showed a clip of a video, and the guy was saying, "Oh, it's actually a sensor." That's what the alleged cameras were. They were actually sensors, like for your lights or whatnot and stuff like that. So that's what really was going on. Now, Kalina did a couple of lives. One of the lives that she did, she talked about the cameras allegedly, the security guard, just the way she was treated inside the hotel. It really seemed that she was in an uncomfortable position. Reaching out to social media was like a last ditch effort. Like, hey, I need help. Let me reach out to social media. Let me go live on Instagram, and hopefully somebody sees this. That's what I really got from it, Now, Come to find out, she wasn't being held hostage or anything like that, but people did report on this. And what I want to talk about more because what I see, and just to let you guys know, they did end up going to the airport. This is a picture of her and her mom. They had reporters around and stuff like that, and basically they're trying to get home. Boom, there you go. So they are home now, or at least they did get on the plane. I can say that. I don't know for sure if they're home. Kalina has stated that she wanted to get her story out there, but other people told her story for her, and so it seems like she's kind of backtracking now. Like, oh well, I didn't tell them this. They ran with this idea, and it's like, nah. We got to take responsibility. What's up, Joanne? Thank you for joining the show. Let me catch up to a few of your comments. Oh, I done skipped some comments. Yes, you finally made it, Miss Marie. Thank you. Oh, I see London Girl in the building. Okay. She made up a lie. Yes. She was chilling in a 5-star hotel, chilling and convinced people she was missing. Yes. And the big thing about this is that, and I'm glad you brought that up, London Girl. Um, when you kind of put a narrative out there that it could be possible trafficking and stuff like that, things can get very ugly. And especially when it comes from, like, we here in America and we're saying that, allegedly, she could be trafficked, and leading up to that, it is looked at like, oh, wow, like, what's going on? It puts a negative connotation on that country. So I definitely get why people were angry. I definitely understand people's hurt. Especially talking about a group of people, a culture, it can get ugly. Ocean Coral Springs. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. Okay, hotel. Okay, got it. Thank you, guys. Shout out to my mods, everybody. JetBlue holds their employees to high standards. She better hope she keeps her job. With the media attention, I don't know. I don't know. What's up? Thank you, Teach Kemma. Hey, Wendy. Thank you for joining the show. All right, I think I'm caught up. I'll come back to it. But Jamaica is a black country. Yes, I definitely. Yeah, it puts a connotation like, because this is a black country. They don't know. It's looked at as negative, and then bringing attention to something like this and finding that out that, oh wait, this ain't really true. This ain't what's really going on. Xenophobic. Yes, very xenophobic. You're right. Oh, you never late to the party unless it ends. Then you late. What's up, Miss Fat Cat? And let's be honest too. A lot of these places. Oh, see, there we go. They all tourism board in the hotel. Want her to do is apologize and realize. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of these places, like the Caribbean, like the Bahamas. I've been to the Bahamas. Um, a lot of these places are tourism. Tourism is like their biggest market. So if they hear like, hey, people are being held hostage or being held against their will, that's very, very negative for that whole economy. That whole economy can be shut down if people are in fear of going to these countries. And I'm not saying that, oh, these countries are so safe, you guys ain't got to worry about nothing. No, you should always worry. You should always worry. However, it does give that negative connotation to that country, like, oh, they, they're dealing with this and be careful and stuff like that, especially when their business, their main economy is built on tourism. And that's a fact. Passion fatigue. What's up, SM? I see you. This is what people believe so quick and and get to take your time. Stop jumping to conclusion. S like this happens everywhere. Shake my head. Oh, you haven't missed much. Trust me. If you read the comments, you gonna catch up. Their economy is tourism. Yes. Didn't Trump lump these countries as S-hole countries? I don't know if it was these exact countries. I thought it was African, like the African countries, the countries on the continent of Africa. I thought that's what it was. Well, no, he did include Haiti and stuff like that. You possibly could be right. I just saw you were live. Didn't get the notification. What's up, Tiffany? I'm glad you're here. Okay, Joanne is from the West Indies. Yes, on tourism. Okay, but let's go back to the story. So what I want to say is that yes, it was found out that she did lie. She did make this up. It was more like she felt like she was being held against her will, so she was kind of like, okay, I need to reach out because they hold me here, and she wasn't comfortable. Now, the way she wasn't comfortable in her lives and stuff like that, and when she was going on and on, it would be alarming to anybody. I know when I seen other bloggers talking about it, it was alarming to me. I even shared a video and was like, hey, look at this, Like it was very alarming to me. And anybody that plays up on that emotion, it's natural. And I feel like we took the instance instead of putting it on Kalina, we're taking it out on other bloggers who reported on it. And let's just say this is a known fact. This is a known fact. Yes, Isla, it was a hoax. She was not held hostage. I'll put it that way. I don't want to say hoax, even though I put it in the title, but yeah, it wasn't true. So, what I wanted to say was that, oh, dang, I lost my train of thought. Um, oh, putting it on other bloggers. We know for a fact when it comes to reporting on missing black children, missing black women, missing black anything, it does not get the same media attention as the white counterparts that are missing. Whenever black people are missing, it's looked at as they ran away from home. It's not looked at automatically like a missing person. So knowing this and playing on that emotion, everybody's going to be all like, hey, I need to go ahead and say something, bring awareness to this. So I can't hold anybody accountable for wanting to report on this. I can't hold anybody accountable for wanting to say something about this and bringing awareness of this. You know, if and I'm gonna get to the whole because Bear, I see you talking about attacking like the country and stuff like that. I'm gonna get to that part. But like I was saying, we know that whenever there's a missing person or somebody held hostage, we don't get the same notoriety or not notoriety, right? Now I can't even say the word, but we don't get the same attention. We know that for a fact. Now, in regards to thank you, Mina. I appreciate that. It was an exaggeration to get help. Okay, I like the way you put that, Isla. I have a problem with the blogger keeping the video up and not apologizing. This takes away from real people that are missing, people blowing up emergency services for fake news. Um, I would have to disagree because I feel like even if the person took down the video unapologetically, somebody already downloaded it. Somebody's going to keep replaying it. Somebody's going to have something to say, no matter what. What's up, Red Hot? I see you. What did Teresa say? Stop spreading hate. Wait, are you talking about me? Teresa, can you clarify that, please? Chris, but she tested positive for COVID. You better follow the quarantine rules, sis. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that, but that was funny. That's true. I do believe that. If content creators are going to cover the story, they need to fact check what happened here is awful for Jamaica. Yes. And I think it's being looked at as all bloggers should be, yes, and I do think all bloggers should be held accountable. I do think that. I think that if there's some information that's out there, uh, and I don't want to go back to my own situation because it's not comparable to this, but I had did something and people didn't like what I did. And I was kind of confused, like, hey, why are people coming at me? Like, I don't understand why people are directing their anger towards me. I didn't do anything wrong. But sometimes it's not about what your intention was, it's how people perceived it. And even if you feel like you didn't do anything wrong, this is me coming from blogger to blogger. Even if you feel like you didn't do anything wrong and you are in the right, still be all like, hey, I'm sorry for the misinterpretation, but I just want to clarify this is where I was coming from and this is what I meant by this, so forth and so forth. You know, explain yourself. Sometimes because we are public figures, we need to stay on top of things and we need to be like, hey, I'm sorry if you felt like this was hurting. I think it's more like, hurting the country of Jamaica more than believing Kalina because like I said, I believed it when I seen it. Now I didn't report on it, but I did believe it and I was like, something's not right, it was a lot to it. Oh, I put that one up. I agree with you. I did my research and got hate all because I called out the lie. I don't like the Jamaican government was getting death threats. Yeah, and that's definitely not okay. Like I said, it does put a what's up, Amber? It does put a negative connotation on that country when you report on it because now people thinking like, oh, it ain't safe to go there. And like we said before, their main source of income is from tourism. Yeah, it went way too far. And that's what I was kind of thinking of. You see this black, like I said, you see this black woman. It seemed like she's crying out for help. She's saying she's being held against her will. Automatically, that's going to play on your emotions. So you're like, boom, let's go ahead and do a video on it. Let's put this out there like, hey, something is wrong, something is going on. And once we find out, like, hey, this is not all the way true or this is something going on, then do a follow up video and be like, hey, this is what actually happened. ABCDEFG, all that. It's very important that we do that. It's very important that we hit people up with a follow up video. She didn't like the rules. They existed before she landed in Jamaica. Yeah. And to me, with Kalina, it seemed like she didn't like the rules. She basically didn't like it. It was all like, hey, let me go to social media where I know people will um people will talk about it and it'll get out there. I think she was mad because she was in quarantine and could not do what she wanted to do. Everyone knows about the men in Jamaica. What you think the movie Stella got her groove? At the same time as facts should be checked. If a creator doesn't cover it, others will, and won't they lose subscribers for not having? Hmm. Hit people up to follow up, still in that 82. Right. You have to do a follow up when it's a progressing story like that. You have to do a follow up. Unfortunately, I know it's hard to do, especially when you work. It's hard to do a follow up video every day. And so basically, it was kind of like maybe the other bloggers were waiting. They were waiting for the perfect opportunity. And I don't want to say anybody was wrong for reporting on it because, like I said, I probably would have done a video on it if it had came to me and felt on my hands to be like, hey guys, look at this. but also I would do a follow-up video on it as well too. Which there has been follow-up videos on there. I just want to clarify that. Right, the camera's in the room. Exactly. She played on people's she played on people's emotions, you know? Some bloggers hear or read things and take them as fact. No, and I appreciate that. Like I said, I appreciate all you guys' perspectives. It's not like I'm not taking them into consideration. Not only YouTubers, she started it, and if my daughter were in the situation, I need help too. Yeah, exactly. Well, let me do this. So since we all doing since I like to do polls and stuff like that, press 1 if you think the blame falls on the creator or the blogger. Press 2 if you think the blame falls on Kalina. Press 3 if you think the blame falls on all parties. So press 1 for bloggers. Press 2 if the blame is with Kalina. Press 3 if you think all parties are to blame. And then I'm going to do a quick countdown. Hold on, where's my countdown at? Here we go. All right, so it seemed like all parties are to blame. Okay, okay, I see. Okay, Kalina. Okay, so some are putting it on her. Let me put it this way. Let me put the ball back in y'all court. Who do I want to use as an example? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. London Girl. We're gonna use London Girl as an example. London Girl does a video from. She goes live. She says like, they got me trapped in my hotel room. I'm trying to go home. I really want to. Excuse me. I really want to go back home. I really need to get home. Stuff ain't right. Blah 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 blah. And London Girl is telling me about this. I'm reporting on it automatically. I don't care what the facts are. I'm reporting on it. She trapped in a hotel in a country that she does not know. I'm reporting on it automatically. No questions. No questions at all. London Girl would never. Hypothetically. If this was London Girl in some foreign country that she was not familiar with, and she's saying like, hey, these people, they got security outside my door, there's cameras in the room, I'm going to report on it no matter what, because I'm all like, hey, this needs to get attention. Now, my job is to come out once I find out like, hey, this woman lied to me. My job is to come out and be like, hey, that was not true. I apologize. Da 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 da. And dead the situation after that. And then whatever people want to come up with after that, that's what it is. And like I said before, with the bloggers that did report on it, the only thing I can say, I know the bloggers, except one, I know the bloggers had great intentions on reporting on this. Like I said, when it's a missing person and they're black, it's underreported. So that's where it was really coming from. And so it's all like, I need to get this information out there to the people. How could the blogger know she was lying? Exactly. I agree with that. How could they know she was lying? I think the blame with the bullies who trying to drag bloggers after days after the fact. Thank you. I'm gonna leave that comment up for a minute because I'm gonna get into that too. What's up, Christy? I appreciate that. Thank you for joining the show. But common sense would have kidnapped someone and leave with their true. And I don't like saying kidnap. I think that wasn't the best word to use. Kidnapped, being held against their will. I don't want to say hostage either. Being held against their will would be the better scenario, but kidnap is not the right word to use. If they use kidnap, that was not right. That's true. That's the problem. You just said it. Don't care about the facts. Um, it, whatever was presented to them, that's what they reported on. So I agree with you, Tyree, but then I don't, because the information that was presented, that's what they gave out to the people. You know, right? Because she made it such a big deal. That's the thing. You know, being held captive. Ugh. Because we know the story's not true, I guess no word really describes it unapologetically. Lee, yes, the bullying because people had compassion, put out a fake news is wrong. Hold them accountable, but don't bully. Yes, okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let me read this. In my opinion, that can open the door to lawsuits. Yeah. What you say about us Americans? Exactly. Americans have a reputation of disrespectful to travelers for a reason. Okay. True. True. All right. So I want to get into other bloggers. Let me start out with one that I don't really care about. I don't even know. We'll call her Hexagon. So Hexagon made some disparaging remarks about Jamaicans. It was very nasty. It was very out of line. It was out of pocket. Um, it didn't fit the square. I don't know what you want to say, but it was completely BS what they were saying about Jamaicans. I know from visiting the Caribbeans, I've never been to Jamaica, but I have been to the Bahamas. They are loving people. So for them to spread that xenophobic, hateful, pitiful language, that's disgusting. But because of what we know from Hexagon, again, I'm not saying her real name. From what we know from Hexagon, we know that she's a disgusting, foul human being. We know that she hates everything about, our culture. We know that she does not take responsibility for herself. So my thing about that is why even report on her, because she don't give a damn. We know she don't give a damn. Let me catch up to some of you guys. Your outline all COVID rules and guidelines before traveling. Yes, they do go over that information with you. It was her perception, and that's how she felt. Yeah, and it got to people's emotions. You know what I mean? It really got to people's emotions, and so like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and report on this. Have a good night, London girl. I know it's late, and shout out to everybody watching me internationally. I know it's like a weird time right now. Right, unapologetically, she's fuel off of hate. I mean, the other YouTubers are acting as if reporting YouTubers were actually in on it and disrespectful towards reporting. Yes, yes, I definitely want to get into that because it's almost like, hey, you guys planned this with her to put out this fake story, and you guys are all trying to get that wasn't true. They weren't partnering up with Kalina to put out a fake story. It wasn't that. She not under their skin, but she played off of their emotions. They reported on this, and that's what it was. Simple as that. And I know one blogger that I am cool with actually said like, if she's lying, it needs to be exposed. If she is telling the truth, she needs to be exposed. They gave it both ways. And like I said, if there was any blogger out there that reported on it and people feel like they were lied to or slighted by, or they feel like they disrespected the country of Jamaica, even if they did not necessarily say anything disparaging against Jamaica, but the negative connotation out there, just like, hey, that wasn't my intention. I apologize for anybody that felt that way, and then we can move on from it, because I think people just want some kind of accountability, and a lot of you guys put that in there. People just want some accountability, and this is coming from somebody who gets held accountable for a lot of stuff. So, I'm talking from experience. I've been to Jamaica. They are really nice. See, yeah, exactly. And unapologetically, Lee, thank you for bringing up about the death threats that the hotel was getting and people of the country were getting. Definitely, that's not okay, and that's where I feel like apology comes into place. Just for like, hey, I was unaware of the situation. I definitely don't support hate. I don't support death threats. Basically letting people know like, hey, I don't support this, and then boom, dead the issue. Yeah, they follow suit off of her story. Yeah. Bloggers and bloggers are not journalists. They aren't the same. Yeah, it's kind of like a fine line. It's very it's a very fine line. Uh oh, what's up, Little Red? Is Little Red in here? I didn't even see Little Red. What's up, Little Red? I'm sorry, I probably missed your comment. Thank you for stopping by. Kalina Smollett. Y'all are tripping. No, Crystal, my ass is calling the police if I get kidnapped. Right. Okay. Oh, and I was gonna say, now looking in hindsight at everything, and now that we know all the facts is there, it's kind of like, wait, is she really being held against her will? Is she really being a hostage? Now that we can sit back and look at it now, we can of course be all like, hey, this stuff wasn't right. But knowing that you see this live that this girl put out, and the way she was really in a panic, and she made allegations against the hotel, anybody would have been like, hey, I need to put something out there to warn people, to let them know. And this is coming from an unbiased opinion. All right. So what I want to get to is the bullying. Because like I said, it seemed like people were mad, like as if the bloggers were working with Kalina to put out a fake story. And that is not true. That is not true at all. By trying to take down other people's channel, that is not right at all. I do not condone that at all, trying to take down people's channel, especially if they're not a hate channel. If they got something wrong, they got something wrong. Don't go out there doing 6-7 hour lives, calling somebody a B word, calling them this, you mother. It's no point in doing that. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help anybody by you doing that. It's disgusting. It's very disgusting. Like, no one personally attacked you, and for people, and it seems like these bloggers that are mad at the people who reported the story are using this for clicks and views. They don't actually care about victims. They're using this for clicks and views, because at the end of the day, you could definitely reach out to except that one that I was, except a hexagon, but all the other bloggers, you could have been like, hey, I just wanted to send you a message real quick. I actually found this information out because I also got hit up about the story too. Like, hey, I found this information out. I just want to give this to you. You mind looking into it, or this is what I found. You can do your own research. Boom. That could have been handled behind the scenes. You do not need to do these lives all like, yo, we need to have a live panel, and we need eight people on the panel to talk about this one person or these people, and let's just bash them the whole time. That's not doing anything. That's not doing anything. Oh, they try to break the quarantine. Oh, thank you for putting that, giving us that information. I appreciate that. Wow. See, and this is why you shouldn't travel until all this corona stuff is over. You know what I mean? Do we hold bloggers to the same standard as journalists? If yes, then the facts should be verified before reporting. If no, then there's no issue. Ooh, that's a good question. Okay. Well, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll right now. Should bloggers be held to the same standards as journalists? Again, should bloggers be held to the same standards as journalists? Put 1 if they should be held to the same standard as journalists. Put 2 if they should not be held to the same standard as journalists. Okay, go ahead and go. I'm going to do a countdown. Y'all ready? Okay, this one is a little bit more mixed. Okay, 1. See, that's why y'all be holding me to too many standards. I hate y'all. I'm just kidding. I don't hate nobody. I'm just kidding. That was just a jokey. It was just a jokey joke. Hey, Queen of Spade, you tell him. I'm not even gonna put your comment up on the screen because then people will know who's in the chat. But you tell him. Trying to call me and then you want to be in my chat talking reckless. Get out of here. Right, traveling during this time it's dangerous. Yeah. See, that's my thing. It's very dangerous to travel right now, but you gotta follow. If you want to travel, you gotta follow the rules, right? That's my thing. If you want to travel, you need to follow the rules. You knew this could happen. You're a flight attendant. You knew this is something that could happen. Um. Oh. Oh no, my internet. Oh no, it's good. Never mind. What's up, Sangania? I see you. I said bloggers can get the same repercussions as journalists, i.e., lawsuits. Ooh, that is true because you can get sued. But are we going to talk about the faux journalists and entertainers of the new net? Right, right. You're right, Chris. Are we going to talk about them? If you want to be considered credible and a reporter, you have to stand in your fight. Yeah, you're right, Dev. You're right on that. So the NBC, ABC apologize for the reporting on Josie Smollett. I think after just, you know what? I don't even want to talk about that because I feel like we're gonna go down a rabbit hole if we talk about that. If you don't know the truth, then damn. Bloggers can say this is unverified and journalists cannot. Okay. Isla, I like how you put that. I like how you put that. That's true. Don't get everyone corona on vacation. Yeah. And you know what? I'm worried about it. Like, I don't want that spreading to me. So it's all like, yo, no, leave her in that. You know what I'm thinking to myself? I'm like, nah, leave her in that country. I ain't trying to get that. You know, that's one less person we got to deal with, especially here in California where the numbers are high, you know? Too, because journalists is schooling credentials, while I think bloggers just what. Yeah. I don't like to think I just wake up and just report on something. I like to think that I put some thought into it, but you right. And shout out to my mods real quick. Thank you guys for holding it down. I appreciate that. I hate that Nosey is being racist to Jamaicans. It's disgusting. I reported her channel. Ooh, let me take that down. And not because you're wrong, just because when you talk about reporting channels, you have to be careful. That's why I did that. But I appreciate your comment. Don't need to go. Self-hate is real. Yeah, a lot of self-hate. Yeah, journalists don't seem to have a lot of standards nowadays. You can really report on anything. Right. it's very sensitive, and I haven't did an update video yet on Oren and Orson West, the two missing kids, and California City, because I want to be careful with that, because what I'm seeing is that a lot of people will get on live and they'll give their opinion, and they're doing 6 hour lives about these missing boys, but nothing is really about the boys. It's more like conspiracy theories, or they're arguing and fighting with themselves. So when you're reporting on a sensitive topic, it has to be done well. You know what I mean? It has to be done well. You have to do your best. And I'm not saying all the people that reported on this did a bad job. I'm not saying that. It's certain ones that we know that did not do a well job. Other people had well intentions. They had good intentions. We're not going to bash them and be like, oh, no, they did this on purpose. They did this for clicks and views. We're not going to do that today. That's true. All right, y'all. I didn't know if anybody wanted to come online or come on just to say a few things. Please keep the language to a minimum. I'm going to drop the link. If I don't know who you are, I am not letting you online, so don't even click the link. But I'm going to let y'all come on and say anything that y'all got to say. I'm going to do a 30-second countdown, and we'll be right back, y'all. Ooh, and I just where's your comment, Bear Grizz? That's true. They did put that on that hotel, like they were harvesting, you know. Right, that's true, Melissa. All right, so we got Chris up in the building. What's up, Chris? Welcome to the show. Chris, you there? Chris, did I mute you or you muted you? Okay, can't unmute. Yes, Chris, you there? Oh no, Chris, we can't. I think something happened. Sherry, to clarify that is because people hate me out there and they want to bring me down. They want to see my channel fail. They don't like me. They want to sabotage me. That's why I said that. And Sherry, I'm not mad at you. I'm just letting you know what's going on because maybe you don't know me, so I'm letting you know me. That's why I gotta be careful. As you guys seen, there's people in the chat right now that don't like me, but they on my channel right now. I don't know why, but they're on my channel. No, and I'm willing, and Ween, I'm willing to have people on my channel, but I just got to be careful of who I put on my channel. And no, I don't think everybody is a hater. I don't think that. But if I don't know who you are, then I'm gonna look at it like, okay, this person's probably not here with good intention. It all depends on the YouTube platform that's recording the information that can be put out there. Alert, do your due diligence. Right, you're right, Kelly. I appreciate that, and thank you. I appreciate that, Sarah. Yeah, people have been getting porn bombed, you know, so you have to be careful. Like I said, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that you guys don't know. There's a reason why I say certain things, but before I go out on a tangent, because I don't want to shut this live stream down right now. I'm gonna go ahead and let Chris on. Chris, are you there? Chris, Chris. I wonder, is it me? I was having this problem not too long ago. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. Scream a little louder. I think something is wrong with my live. Dang, I think something might be wrong with this live. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. Just to make sure everything, because I think something is wrong. So I'm gonna just go ahead and shut it down. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for giving your opinions. I feel like this was fair. A lot of the lives have not been fair. It's been a lot of fighting, and I just wouldn't really want to speak on that. It doesn't help you to bash other people for reporting on it, and it doesn't help them going back and forth. We all can get this money. Why are we all hating each other? You know what I mean? Oh, hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. I don't know what's going on. That's weird.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. All right, I'm hopping back out then.
Okay, thank you. Shout out to Christine, you guys. Okay, I guess something went on. I don't know. Okay, that's hella weird. Right, that's true. It's basically hate now. What's up, Shandy? Oh, okay, we got Sunday on the line. Okay. What's up, Sunday? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great. Thank you for joining the show.
You're welcome. I just want to say that in this case, I feel like a lot of the bloggers, their heart was in the right place. I was a part of a group that was searching for another young lady maybe about 3 or 4 months ago. And it turns out that she used to work at Amazon. She didn't show up to work. Her mom was concerned. She lived with her grandmother. But anyway, needless to say, she was hanging out with her boyfriend for a couple of days. But I didn't feel like it was a bad decision to bring awareness to her situation because it was a young black lady that was missing to her mother. Her mother was going off the roof, crazy. So I would
Mm,
say that anybody involved in this situation, more than likely, they were just concerned because it was a lady missing. So I don't feel like there should be anything negative coming up against them as far as the bloggers are concerned, because they probably were working with their heart versus using all the evidence or information they probably weren't privy to, you know?
right.
Yeah. And I also wanted to say, I'm just peeking in for a quick minute. I thought it was so sweet of you when you did the video for Sherelle earlier.
Oh,
I
thank
thought
you.
that
I
was the
appreciate that.
sweetest thing because I saw her on Instagram. I was praying for her. And then I saw your video. I was like, wow. That to me, that showed true humility. And that showed your character. And I was like, that to me that meant that I always knew you were a good person, but that really made me feel like you have a genuine beautiful soul. And for that, I'll always be your chat, listening, supporting, and whatever you got going on, I'm just here for you. I just wanted to dip in and say that really quickly.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And like I said, yes, the YouTube beef is fun. And that's another reason why I was really inspired to come on today and talk about this because, yeah, the beef is fun. It gets a lot of views and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when we turn off this camera, we're real people. And it's very important for us to show that there's a human aspect to us. And no matter, if we didn't like each other, we hated each other, I don't wish anything bad on anybody. So that's why I felt, felt that I needed to speak out and say something, because I was getting messages and I was all like, why am I even going to say anything? They probably don't even care, But I
Yeah.
was all like, okay, I understand we share some of the same subscribers. And because it's weird for me to say this, but because I'm a public figure, I have to, I have to make a statement. I just can't be silent. So I understood
Yeah.
it from that aspect. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to speak from the heart. And that's what it was.
And I thought that was beautiful, and I thought that was big of you with the stuff that she was saying prior to us knowing that she had COVID. So I just
Mhm.
thought that that showed your heart. So I want to say to you, don't stop doing YouTube. Keep on doing what you're doing. We love your personality. We respect you, and you're only going to get bigger from here. So stay blessed, take care, and of course, we appreciate your contribution.
Thank you. I love you for that. I really do.
You're welcome. Take care.
You have a good one. Before I let Madison on, I did want to say one thing. I forgot. Basically, because of this person, lying, does that mean now that, oh, does that mean that, this hurts other victims and this hurts other um people that are being held hostage or people that are missing? Does this case hurt them? No. I feel like that's gaslighting to say, like, oh, because this person lied about this, now real victims are not going to be looked at, blah, blah, blah. I feel that if you were going to take a situation with a real victim and automatically think they are lying, that speaks on you. That does not speak on other victims. I want to make that very, very, very clear. Do not hold this situation against other victims. That is BS. Do not hold this against other victims. There are real victims out there. Just because this situation turned out to be a Jussie Smollett does not mean we can hold that accountable for everybody, What's up, Madison?
Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing, AT2?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing amazing. So yeah, I wanted to just chime in on the girl. When I first saw the live of this lady, she was on YouTube. I saw her live about it and she was like, share it. This is the only video left. They're deleting everything off everything is gone. This is the only video to share. Just this is the only live left. So I'm just like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I felt so bad. And so as I'm listening to the her live, I'm kind of like, but I'm just thinking to myself, I don't want to say anything because me and my sister are watching it. She's watching it too. And,
Mhm.
she's like, I believe her right off bat. And me, I don't feel the same way, but you know how people look at you when you don't believe a victim. It's like, what, something's wrong with you. And it's not anything wrong. It's just that something seemed off to me. It seemed to me like she was just a privileged girl, and she was just upset about something that was not going her way. For me, that's what it came off to me, that live. It didn't come off to me like she was scared. You can tell somebody that's scared, I mean,
Mhm.
um if they're making this video, this is the last video they think they're gonna make. The way she was, talking in the live, interacting with the commenters, she was more concerned about what those people in the comments were saying. I would have just been telling my story. I would have hurry up, told my story, and got off of that thing. I wouldn't have been adding people on the live, doing all of this. It's just, for me, from the jump, I felt something was off. So yeah, I just, I did want to say that. And then also about the how people are gonna gaslight with the victims. Yeah, that
Mhm.
is the main thing that a lot of people are gonna try to do. Hey, I don't believe her. Look at the Tiny and Ti situation. a lot of these people are just going in on that girl, and they don't even really know. They don't even know, but a lot of people are, going in on Ti and Tiny too. So it's kind of like it's literally it's both ways. It's so many people out here that are intentionally trying to hurt a person. And for me, I would just say use discernment. You know,
Right.
we are given discernment, just use it. Honestly, you can always tell when something doesn't feel right. Go with your gut, you know, but just don't just shut somebody out and silence a victim, because they could be a potential victim. Don't let this situation, just kind of make you a little loopy, like, but that's what I
Right.
wanted to say. Stay cool, AT,
Thank
too.
you. And no,
I
I
love your
appreciate
show.
you. Thank you. I appreciate that. But no, I wanted to say thank you for saying that, because I think it's very important that people evaluate and really look at all the layers of the story before making judgment, you know? I do think that's
Exactly.
very important. Where, your sister saw it and she was like, oh, I believe her. And then where you saw it and you're all like, hey, I kind of want to look into this a little bit further, like you said, with the whole, because I only seen clips of the live. I didn't see the whole live she did. So knowing that she had people come up, she was reading the comments and stuff like that, it kind of seemed like, okay, maybe you're not really in real danger. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I watched that whole live on a YouTuber's channel. She streamed the whole entire live, and I'm just looking at her. She's laughing on the live, and then she keeps saying, "Oh, don't think I'm laughing. It's just a defense mechanism because I'm really upset right now." But you're not. You can tell, like,
Mm.
you're like, you think this is a joke, seriously, and you're kind of just like, I want my way. You're like one of those girls that always get your way, and you're not getting your way this time. So what you did was try to humiliate the entire resort. And in the end, you got humiliated, because now if something happens to you, seriously, nobody's going to believe it unless, unfortunately, they see proof. And it's sad.
Right. Yeah. And I do think Kalina does need to come out with an apology. I think that needs to happen rapidly. I'd rather her give an apology than the rest of the bloggers. I think this all lies within her, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Did you see that video when they ran into like, I guess it was a Jamaican lady, and she was saying, you need to apologize in so many other words, and they were looked like the girl Kalina was kind of like cussing her out.
Right.
Almost like,
I did see
I
that. I was gonna play it, but then I thought like, well, we already know what's going on. Why add more salt to the wound? I was gonna play it, but I decided not
yeah, that you should have played it. It's still but yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
to.
because
I
that
love
just
you
goes
because
to
you
show
said you
you
like
that she
me.
doesn't care.
Right.
She just doesn't
Yeah.
care.
It really shows that she doesn't care, and it's a very sad situation because now it got people fighting again. It got everybody
Yeah,
all panties in a bunch, and like I'm like, man,
right.
why can't we just
Right.
be
Think about
happy?
all the people. Right. Think about all the people that were traumatized by this, that it brought back old memories, that they're like, oh my God, I remember when I was out of the country, or even out of the state, or even up the block. And, I almost really did, this really did happen to me. And she really needs to be fired, honestly, and really just really issued a real, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna believe the apology if she issues that.
Right. That's true. Now that I think about it, do we even want her to issue an apology because it ain't gonna be real?
No, exactly. We don't. We don't. We don't. But all right, it was great talking to you guys. My boyfriend's playing a game, so he's gonna get loud, and I don't want to,
All right. Well, you have a good night, Madison. I appreciate you coming on.
All right, yeah, always AT too. You have a great night too, and talk to you soon. Bye.
Talk to you soon. Love you.
All right, love you too.
I like that. All right. Well, that's the perfect way to go ahead and end the live. Thank you guys so much for joining. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out to everybody that came on live and spoke their piece. We kept it respectful. I really appreciate everybody out there. You know, a lot of people say, like, in my chat, they feel comfortable talking because, you know, you go to a lot of other chats, they cuss you out, calling you this, calling you that. So I definitely appreciate you guys joining me today on this. But I just want to say, sometimes even if we don't feel like we need to say apology, sometimes we need to just give one. And I'm not saying just fake it till you make it, but sometimes you just need to be all like, hey, you know, hey, I understand that I might have said a few things. I want to apologize for that if anything was misinterpreted, and then move on from it. That's my best advice I can give you guys. What's up, Gio? Thank you. I appreciate that. Shout out to Gio. All right, y'all. My mouth is dry. I'm hungry. I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. But make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for the mukbang. It's gonna be a good time. I got Russell Shade, Goddess Raven, and Christine joining me for the mukbang. Remember, see, I thought I had a picture of it. But tomorrow's theme for the mukbang is seafood and crunch. So either seafood, something crunchy, or both. You know, people in the mukbangs, they like seeing you eat seafood. They like, you know, when you have crunchy stuff. You know, I feel like people who watch mukbangs are like freaks. They have a fetish thing. Is it just me? We'll talk about it tomorrow. All right, y'all. Deuces.